How do you know if you're balanced? I've been talking all month about the idea of work-life balance or just balance in our life in general. And it's hard sometimes to know whether we are balanced or not. I was working with a client a couple of weeks ago, and they'd just gone through 8 months of craziness. Their world just seemed like that it would never stop. They were constantly choosing which ball to drop. And that's not a good place to be in because you just never feel like you've completed anything. And after 8 months of this client was just beside herself and really frustrated and exhausted and tired. As she was talking to me, she kept saying, Lisa, my team is doing so well. My team is doing so well. My team is doing so well. And so I stopped her partway through and I said, look, you know that a team isn't going to outwork a terrible leader, right? So while the last 8 months might have been awful as far as decision making and exhausting, you're doing a great job because the team is still functioning and everyone's still moving forward. Look, we're going to go through times like this in our life, and we need the ability to step back. Things were not out of balance for this person. They were doing well at home and at work. They were keeping things going the best they could. It was just the circumstances. They were still choosing daily what the right thing to let go of. They were making those choices just literally weekly and then having to remake the decision. So something else would come up and they'd have to choose again. Okay, we were going to let this go and now we're going to have to let this go. After so long, it had just started to weigh on them. So how I put it to this leader was, look, when the team's failing, as leaders, we take it personally. But we have to take it personally when the team is succeeding as well. So this team, while going through all of this, was succeeding. And that's still balanced. What we need, though, at that moment, and what this client needed, was time to rest. I always talk about leaders needing to be on the balcony, which means taking a higher view and a longer and wider view of things. This leader had gotten so far into the weeds at this point because of the constant decisions of which ball to drop for the last 8 months. They were so far into the weeds, they couldn't look at the big picture. And so taking the time to come for coaching, we said, okay, let's look back at that big picture. Things were balanced. They were doing a really good job. All of the things I asked, did you have meetings to decide with the team, let the team be involved in making the decision as to which balls got let go? Absolutely, they did. Is the team still functioning? Is your team, are they struggling mentally, physically, emotionally? What's happening? No, they're still doing really well. Well, then that's amazing. The team has then done an amazing job. And as a leader, you've done an amazing job. Circumstances are going to come. What we need to do is we need to stop, take a breath, and go back on that balcony and look at the big picture. Are we doing everything we possibly can to fix these problems? Yes, we are. Then great. Accept that things are balanced and you're doing the best that you can in this moment. Always remember to take that moment, step back, and take a look at the bigger picture. When you do, it'll help you to see that you've done the best that you can, even in those times that are feeling way overwhelming. We all go through them. I'm very excited this week. I've been sharing through these videos that I had written a book this year. The book will be coming out in January, and tonight I'm going to record the audiobook. So when the actual book comes out, the audiobook will be there as well for purchase. So please keep following to find out when that will happen. Have an amazing week, and remember to stop, get on that balcony, and take the larger view of what's going on. When you do that, you'll see that things are probably a lot better than they actually seemed.